As the countdown to Christmas starts, Christmas Eve becoming more special for millions of children across the world, an initiative of the US and Canadian militaries endeavors to bring Santa Claus closer to you. A joint American-Canadian organization ordinarily responsible for detection and warning of attack against North America. On Christmas Eve, they have the enviable task of tracking Santa Claus as he makes his journey around the world. And now the reason behind the initiative, it all started with an inadvertent call. This dates back to 1955. When a young child trying to reach Santa misdialed a number from an ad in a newspaper. Guess what happened next? The child ended up calling the Continental Air Defense Command Operations Center. But the Air Force colonel who addressed the phone call did not want to disappoint that child, and he told the child where Santa was. This tradition has carried on for 70 years. The responsibility for the Santa tracker was passed on to NORAD post its formation in 1958. Officially known as NORAD Track Santa, this initiative has an official website which gets close to 7 million unique views every year. NORAD Santa Operations Center will be fully functional all throughout the day on December 24 at the Peterson Space Force Base in Colorado. Children can call on a dedicated phone number to directly speak to a Santa tracker who will reveal his current location. Over 1,000 military personnel and civilians will volunteer to answer thousands of phone calls coming in from around the world. Weighing in on the Santa tracker, the chief Pentagon spokesperson opened up on it and also said that this has become a joyous occasion for families. He added that the U.S. War Department is excited to continue with the tradition. The initiative implies that the festive season has just got all the more exciting. This Christmas season, the festive spirit is taking some surprising forms. From pubs in Britain to streets in Israel, tradition and celebration facing unexpected twists. While many are looking forward to warmth, cheer and the holiday joy, not everyone is finding it in the usual places, it seems. Britain's pubs are serving up a Christmas revolt, and they say Labour MPs are facing the heat. More than 1,000 pubs have now put up signs declaring no Labour MPs. It's a part of a mass protest against business rate hikes announced by the Chancellor. Among the pubs joining the boycott are 3 of Reeves's own local establishments, which have said they will refuse her entry over the holidays. For many Labour MPs, the holiday season usually brings a chance to escape to their local pubs to share a pint and some cheer with colleagues and constituents. Those simple pleasures this year may be hard to come by. Backbenchers have recently reported increasing hostility in the public spaces. This comes amid a plunge in the party ratings from 34% to just 18% over the past 18 months. Even the comfort of a festive pub visit is under threat. In a quieter and yet equally significant shift, Christmas traditions are now seeing new expressions far from Britain's pubs. A recent poll in Israel revealing that 1 in 4 Jewish Israelis either celebrate Christmas or are considering doing so this year, conducted by the Mashaf channel. The survey highlights the growing visibility of Christmas markets, decorations and seasonal events across the country. While Christmas is traditionally a Christian holiday, its global popularity has prompted Jews in Israel to reconsider the festive season as a cultural celebration rather than a religious observance. The trend prompts discussion about identity, tradition, and also the boundaries of culture, particularly in light of European history, where Christmas Eve was often marked by caution due to anti-Semitic violence. Christians in Israel still make up only around 2% of the population, mostly Arab Christians in parts like Haifa, Nazareth, and Jerusalem. Yet the holiday's festive spirit is apparently spreading beyond religious lines, bringing light and color to markets and streets. Great Britain's most ambitious armoured vehicle project in decades is now creating a great crisis for it. The fighting vehicle, designed to transform the British Army's battlefield capabilities, has been grounded again after fresh reports of soldiers falling ill from excessive noise and vibration. This despite repeated government assurances that the problems had been fixed. The latest incidents emerged after a major training exercise on the Salisbury Plain in November, where 31 soldiers reported symptoms including nausea, disorientation and joint pain after spending hours inside the vehicles. Within weeks, the Defence Minister ordered all testing halted following yet another complaint at the Army's training base. The question now being asked across Britain's defence establishment is quite simple. How exactly did a problem identified nearly a decade ago survive years of testing, pauses and reviews and re-emerge just as the vehicle was cleared for service? You see, the warnings came early on. In 2014, the manufacturer, General Dynamics, reportedly itself issued a safety notice about the noise levels. By 2018, the Ministry of Defence had raised its own concerns after crews reported feeling physically sick from vibration during trials. In 2020, a senior army officer formally warned that soldiers were being injured. The program was paused, investigations were launched, and yet years later, the problems appear to persist. A damning independent review in 2022 found a catastrophic breakdown in communication, with safety concerns either ignored or softened before reaching ministers. The report concluded that progress was repeatedly presented in an unduly optimistic light. Critics say that culture may still be at work. Just weeks before the latest incidents, in fact, the government declared it safe, functional and ready for duty. At the same time, the program received a Global Project Management Award. Then soldiers fell ill again. General Dynamics reportedly insisting the vehicle is safe, claiming it is one of the most thoroughly tested armoured platforms ever built, and that the company continues to work closely with the Army and the Ministry of Defence. Former Defence Secretary Ben Wallace also defending the project, reportedly saying he threatened to cancel it and withheld payments until progress was made, but others are no longer convinced. Analysts, lawmakers warning that it may have become too big to fail, with too many careers, contracts and political decisions tied to its survival. Scrapping it would be costly, also legally complex, and would leave the Army without a clear replacement. Of course, alternatives exist, from Sweden's CV-90 to Germany's armoured project as well, even US-made Bradley vehicles, all of which are already in service with allies. But switching now would mean admitting a multi-billion-pound failure. For many soldiers, the debate is less abstract. The core issue, according to them, is trust. Trust that safety comes first. Trust that problems are not buried. Also trust that the vehicle they are asked to fight in will not harm them before the enemy does. The British Army has now launched multiple new investigations with findings expected in the new year. Until then, the future of this platform and what it represents about Britain's defence procurement system remains uncertain, to say the least. What is clear, though, is that this is no longer just an engineering problem. It has become a test of accountability, leadership, and whether Britain is actually willing to fix a broken system or simply power through it. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.